home over 5 years, all ruled as accidents. But living it was different than reading the files. That night, locked in the basement, I activated the emergency recorder sewn into my teddy bear's stomach. Every sound would transmit directly to CPS headquarters. The real torture started on day 3. Mrs. Erickson decided I smelled. She stripped me in the backyard and hosed me down with freezing water while their children watched from the window. "Can't have you contaminating our shower," she explained to the neighbors who peered over the fence. "These kids come from horrible places." When I shivered, she sprayed directly in my face. I made sure that the camera in my teddy bear caught her smile. She started withholding food as punishment for imagined infractions. Looking at her children was worth skipping breakfast. Speaking without permission meant no lunch. By day 5, I was dizzy with hunger, playing the part too well. But it was Mr. Erickson who truly made my blood run cold. He'd wait until his wife was shopping to visit the basement. He'd sit on the stairs and describe what happened to the other foster kids. How one fell down these very stairs. How another accidentally drank cleaning fluid. How the third one wandered off and was found in the river. "Foster kids are so clumsy," he'd say, pulling out his knife to clean his nails. "So many accidents happen when no one's paying attention." On day 7, they escalated to physical abuse. Mrs. Erickson discovered I'd hidden a granola bar in my pillowcase. Their daughter Bethany had actually snuck me out of pity. She grabbed my hair and dragged me up the stairs, my bear falling and bouncing behind us, still recording. She called me a thief, a liar, proof that foster kids were genetically damaged. She made me stand in the corner of the kitchen for 6 hours. When I swayed from exhaustion, she'd slam a pot next to my head. Their children ate ice cream at the table, laughing each time I flinched. When I finally collapsed, Mr. Erickson grabbed my arm and twisted it behind my back. "3 more kids are coming next month," he whispered. "More checks. You'll be gone by then, one way or another." That's when I heard sirens outside. Through the window, I saw 2 police cars and a CPS van. Someone had called them about an abusive foster family. My handler's voice crackled through the emergency earpiece hidden in my hair. The Ericksons froze at the sound of car doors slamming outside. Mrs. Erickson released my hair and rushed to the window, her face draining of color as she counted the vehicles. Mr. Erickson's knife clattered to the floor. I stayed crumpled on the kitchen tiles, maintaining my cover even as relief flooded through me. The teddy bear lay sideways against the wall, its camera eye capturing Mrs. Erickson's panicked movements as she grabbed dish towels and frantically wiped down the counters. Mr. Erickson kicked the knife under the refrigerator and smoothed his shirt. Heavy footsteps thundered up the porch steps. The doorbell rang 3 times in quick succession, followed by authoritative knocking. Mrs. Erickson shot me a look of pure venom before plastering on her fake smile and opening the door. Detective Martinez stood on the threshold with 2 uniformed officers flanking him. Behind them, I recognized Sarah Chen from CPS, though she gave no indication she knew me. Her expression remained professionally neutral as she held up official paperwork. Mrs. Erickson's voice pitched high and sweet. She welcomed them inside, explaining there must be some misunderstanding. She'd been a foster parent for 15 years with an exemplary record. Mr. Erickson nodded along, adding that they'd helped dozens of troubled children. Detective Martinez's eyes swept the kitchen and landed on me. I remained motionless on the floor, letting him take in my disheveled appearance. The red marks on my arms, the way I flinched when Mr. Erickson shifted his weight. The detective's jaw tightened. Sarah Chen requested to see my living quarters. Mrs. Erickson hesitated, then led the group toward the basement door, chattering about how they'd converted the space specially for foster children who needed structure. She fumbled with the lock on the outside of the door, trying to explain it away as a safety measure. The officers descended first. I heard one of them curse under his breath at the sight